Lotte, how are you?
Hey Rachel, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. So to start, welcome back.
Thanks.
But when you do leave a show way back when in season three and then come back for season seven, how is that for you to kind of get back in the swing of things as an actor?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, gosh, it was a while ago. But then obviously popping back into the costume, walking onto those beautiful sets again really helped. Being back in Scotland, which I've actually visited many times since because I've fallen in love with the country. That really helped. And also, I think I can speak for Graham in this as well, but the show has been such part of our lives. We started shooting this 10 years ago at the very beginning of the show when we were just in the dark, in the wilderness, in the rain, shooting these scenes for like months on end. And then it came out and it started living its life and then it exploded to this thing. So it's been part of our lives throughout the years. And so now we're 10 years further. We shot this 2 years ago, so that's 8 years, but still these characters have really sort of matured in our minds, even though we went back to when they're younger.
Mhm.
I think we both had a really clear idea of who they are, and we've always speculated about how they would have met. And so finally, we got to play that. The scene is short and sweet, but I think there's a lot there that was on the page, but also that we tried to put in just because we know the characters quite well after all this time.
Man, was it daunting to kind of like join back now that like yes, the show's always had a big fan base, but it has gotten just progressively bigger throughout the years, even after you guys were gone, like now coming back into it, was that daunting or were you excited to kind of go back with the fans who you knew when you were on the show and then have since seen the show?
I think it's a little bit of both. Of course, it's become this ginormous production, but it also still feels very much like coming home. I mean, a lot of new people, but also still a lot of the same people. I mean, Sam and Kat, we didn't get to work with them this time, but they're still the faces of the show. And many of the people behind the scenes are still there. So it did really feel like coming home in some ways. And so yeah, so both exciting and also like very familiar, which was nice.
And I'm asking everyone this because I think it's fun. I do like the end of the part one. We get to meet Benedict Arnold, and I think it's just funny that she's like, "Oh, I just know he's a traitor," like because I feel like that's how everyone kind of reacts to Benedict Arnold. We're like, "Yes, I remember that this guy was a traitor, and that's all I know." You talked about how you wanted to see how these two characters would have met each other, but is there a historical figure that you're like, this would have been fun to see how all of these characters interacted with this historical figure?
Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, Bunny Prince Charlie would have been a good one for my character. That's all I can think of now. Um,
And you're just like Bonnie Prince Charlie.
well, yeah, I mean, because for her, it
Yeah,
would have been, I mean, she would have been like a massive big time groupie,
that
right?
is so true. I love that. That is so true. Thank you so much for talking with me, and I can't wait for everyone to get to see part two of season seven.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.